Yo, what's up, guys? Another episode of Savage Grind Podcast with my man Daniel Joseph. I'm here with one of our stellar performers, Jordan. He's one of our managers, outside production managers at Savage. He's doing a phenomenal job. I just brought him on the show. I want him to tell his story. He came into the company pretty early on, crushing it. Got like 10, 15 sales out the gate running. Just getting those paychecks really early on. But you kind of fell into a little rut for a little bit, right? And what we want to talk about today, relationships and your significant other, and why is it important to make sure that that is good on the home front when you're in sales and doing sales. Why you got to make sure that you have that support system. So you want to take it over? We could talk about, how you were doing good and how you had that momentum and then had in a rut. But, man, now you just came out of it. Now you're just one of our stellar rock stars. So let's talk about what happened.
Yeah, so I just, started working, met Diego and you and Big Angel. We went over, my previous work history, found out that I was good at sales and that was something that I wanted to do. And I hit the gate running like I was on fire out of the gate, and then I took the week off to go to the snowball derby. And
what's that? What's the snowball derby?
It's the short track Super Bowl of racing.
All right, for those of you that don't know or are not familiar with race car, Jordan comes from a long family of race car drivers. So we're gonna plug that more towards the end. So I just wanted to fill you guys in.
Yeah. So. We go down to the snowball derby, and unfortunately, I was in a relationship that was a lot more take than given, if that sounds proper. I was kind of just in a bad spot with somebody who I was fooled to think truly cared about me and my well-being and my mindset, and in reality, that wasn't the case, and they were doing things behind my back, and granted, none of that matters now because I'm in a better spot.
Absolutely.
When I was in Florida, I went through a rough patch for a week. I lost 20 pounds of muscle in 1 week just from being depressed. And
wow. So yeah, it's important, right? And what you're speaking on is like that mental state and having that significant other that supports you in your journey, because sales and the type of sales that we do, which is direct sales, a lot of it is door to door or cold calling. You got to have that good energy, good spirit. You got to really feel it inside to portray it and exude it outside, right?
Yeah, exactly.
So if you're not feeling it inside, you're not definitely going to pour it out onto your customers, onto our potential prospects and our clients. So like you had to find that place, right? So you went through a bad time, bad person came in here, it was toxic. Thank God you got out of it. Oh, yeah. And you kind of did a really big turnaround, since then. And we're glad you've been able to pull out of it. And like, how did you do that? So what happened? Can you let us know?
So I actually, while I was in Florida, it was the last couple days we were in Florida. It's a funny story. I actually went to Hooters, touche, met a girl from actually that lived up here. And she actually took me and my friends and my buddy's girlfriend out to the bars, and we hung out. And it was nice to talk to somebody that had been through something similar. Mm-hmm. And was able to give me advice on, if that's the case, you're better off being alone. And that when the right person comes along, you'll know, because they'll change your whole perspective.
So you had some alone time to get your mind right, get your stuff in perspective and where you're going, all right, which is super important, like headspace, like, because if you're not pouring into yourself, right, to be able to benefit someone else in a new relationship, it's pointless, right? We always want to be at your best self in order to go with someone and have something to offer them, right? It should never be like one-sided, give or take for either parties. I know for me and my beautiful roof queen, shout out to Nikki, I love you, baby.
Nikki's awesome.
It's awesome. a partnership. We're in it together, right? We have our days, of course, like any other relationship, but like it's give take it. We're always on that balance of our relationship. And being a business owner, sometimes it's very, very easy to get off balance, and it's very difficult. But I have a very understanding wife. She understands the mission. She understands the goal, and and that's what's important, right?
Exactly.
You know, having someone that's gonna back you up and like really see where you're going, see the potential in it, and have your back, man. Because we all want that ride or die, right?
Exactly. A good point to that is, you know, my parents, my mom and my stepdad. You know, my mom raising 3 kids by herself. You know, she's working, you know, crazy hours just to get by. My dad's traveling, racing. My other dad's doing his music thing. And, you know, I'm raising my brother and sister because my mom's not home because she's doing what she can to keep a roof over our heads. Same thing with my dad's. And, you know, if your parents don't like the girl you're dating or the guy, there's a reason for it. And, you know, they're always right. And my parents were right, you know, from the get-go. And
they kind of been down that road, and they kind of seen it playing in front of their eyes, and they're just like, and they know too, like they try to give you advice, but they know you're just going to have to learn on your own.
Yeah, sometimes it's better to learn the hard way than to learn no way, I guess.
Yeah. So that's cool. So I not a similar story for you too. Like my parents were the same way, right? They worked a lot. You know, I was home alone a lot. You know, I had to like fend for my younger sister, which is Diego's wife, which
Binky.
is my sister.
She's awesome.
Yeah.
She's cool.
Bianca, shout out to Binky. I won't say the Binky Stinky. No, my little sister, I love her. But you know, our parents, you know, weren't around a lot, right? So, you know, being there and helping her, and like, but our parents are a huge part of what we do when we seek out our partners, right? My parents, you know, knock on wood, still going at it, 53 years. I hope they don't get divorced after this point. Yeah, but my old man's a trooper, and I've always strived to be like my dad, man. My dad is just very, very patient, man. He's very patient, and he's like an optimist to the fullest. He always sees the good, and I've always been trying to like strive to be more and more like my dad, and like the patience level and just that high level optimism. But it's important, right? Like we see our parents, right? And sometimes, you know, like we take the good and the bad of what they did in their life, and like we make mistakes from it too. But like you went through it, and you came out of it, and like that's awesome. And like, and it's important for sales, right?
Exactly.
It's always get back to sales, right? Because especially for us, this podcast, you know, we want to bring stories and relationships that are real life scenarios to everybody out there, and how we can give you value and how to grow from it, right? And for us and what we do, it's always about sales, and it's like having that mindset in the right place is key and important. So now that you've overcame that, now that you've, you know, went through that, now you're thriving with us right now. You got this outside production manager position. You got this badass dually truck you're driving around town. You know, you're getting sales in. You're getting a payroll. So like you're living your best life right now, right?
I'm killing it. I'm enjoying every second of it, you know. Before I keep going on that, I want to give a shout out to my parents actually, and to Diego and you and Little Angel.
Thank you.
Because around Christmas, you guys saw how, you know, down and hurt I was around Christmas time, and then, you know, around February is when I kind of started to get my mojo back, and, you know, I met a good girl, and she cares about me. My parents like her.
Nice.
You know, so that's something that's important to me, and, you know, I'm enjoying life now. You guys got me out here.
Definitely, man. Like, and that's what we do every day at Savage, right? You know, we're not always perfect, but like if I see something in someone, I'm gonna try to like exude it out of them, right? And that's what we're here. And I think that's been really cool about our culture at Savage is like everybody's different. Everybody has their niche. Everybody, you know, has something that they could do a little bit better and bring to the table. And like, it's my job to just find that out and polish that, right? And then making that and pull that out. And we found out it was like, for you, what you're doing right now, like you do a phenomenal job. You like drive that dually like a semi truck in reverse with the trailer attached, like all the way down the block, and whip it around the corner and park the trailer like with no hassles. You're always there, like, hey, little mechanical issues with the trucks, you're always on it, having it, getting it back on the road for us quickly as fast as possible, because time is money when it comes to production. and like you're still doing phenomenal in sales, and you're still doing this management part for us in the field. You're putting up the catch-alls, putting lawn sign. Like, man, you're just like, we found what you're good at.
Yeah, I'm enjoying it too. It's a great
and that's
time.
even more important. It makes the days go quicker. It makes you, funner, like, because you enjoy what you're doing. And that's what we embrace here at Savage, right? Yeah, it's a career. Yeah, it's a job. But like we all enjoy doing what we do, and we want people in our organization that have that no negativity mindset,
exactly.
right? And that starts with relationships at home.
Yep.
Starts with relationships with our family, and we want to carry that into the business workplace environment and keeping that no negativity and that positivity, optimism, and we're gonna go out there and crush the day mentality, right?
That's right.
Crush the day mentality, and that's why we produce winners, right? And if you're interested in joining the team, reach out to us because we're always hiring and we're always looking for people that are high energy, high level, high producers, self-motivated, generate. Drop on the link below. We're going to put something in the podcast for you guys to check out. Click on the link. Go apply now. And I always say, guys, don't be average. Go be savage today. I love y'all. I hope you enjoyed this episode. Doses.